Now, Tasha K was expected to do an interview with Joe Budden. She actually has been doing a series of different interviews with different people, so I guess, shout out to her. So she's been trying to, I guess, elevate her brand to go beyond this whole Cardi B situation, which I don't think is really, I don't know how it's going to work for her, but in this moment, I don't necessarily see it working. But I mean, I guess it is because she's getting on some platforms, right? Well, she was supposed to do the Joe Budden podcast, and she did do the Joe Budden podcast. She sat down and did an interview with Joe Budden. Now, at some point, Cardi did an interview herself with someone else, and she was talking about Joe Budden. Number one, she didn't like the critique of what Joe Budden said about bongos. And I'll be honest, I don't think he lied a whole lot about what he said about bongos. Like, when I first heard bongos at the time, when I heard his comments, I didn't think that bongos was that amazing of a song, in all honesty. But I did not agree with him when he said it sounded like two ladies that don't know how to make a song. I was like, you're completely wrong about that. I listened to bongos in the car with my mom's, sounded a bit better. When I saw the performance, I said, okay, y'all bitches got me. Like, bomb. Like, it's cute. It really is cute. You know what I'm saying? And I think it could have been one of those grower type of songs. Like, what I want from Megan and from Cardi, if they do any more collabs, or even if they do anything separately, I want some Bodak Yellow, bitch. Like, when he said Bodak Yellow, I was not lying. Like, I want y'all to talk y'all on a track. You know what I'm saying? Talk y'all SHI on a track. Like, y'all have accomplished a lot in the years that you've been in the game, in a short amount of time that a lot of people have with the amount of time they've been in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk y'all. That's what I want to hear. Talk y'all big girl shit. It's what I want to hear. But anywho, so Cardi B did an interview, said that she felt like Joe had a problem with her or whatever. That wasn't the case. He says he always go up. He's in Barty gang or whatever. He got no issue with her. I don't think Joe got an issue with Nicki nor Cardi, to be honest. I think he did that interview with Nicki. Was that last year before last? Like, I don't think he has an issue with neither one of them. I just think that he's a tough critic. That's what it really is. I think Joe is a tough critic. He can be very annoying, very irritating at times, make you want to cuss him out, because I know I have. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he's just a very tough critic. And sometimes people just, they can't necessarily take that. But all in all, sometimes he do be off his rocker. Maybe just a little bit. Sometimes he be like, Joe, chill the fuck out. But anyway, so I believe in that interview, she also called out Joe for doing an interview with a person that has said some very disgusting things about her family, including her children and everything, on a continuous basis. And we continue to see the person, Tasha K. Cardi, even though she came out like a week or so ago and said that, hey, she's not going to be speaking on Cardi or anything like that. And this actually was after Kenneth made himself look a fucking fool. That's when Tasha was like, okay, I'm only going to be talking about Nicki and the music, and that's it. I'm not going to be talking about Cardi B and Offset and this, that. And I feel like the reason she said that was because she knew Kenneth made himself look a dog ass fool. And she probably didn't want to say that. I haven't watched her videos to know, but that's just what I'm assuming, okay? So she did an interview with Joe Budden, but then Joe Budden came back and said he ain't putting that shit out. Came back and said he not putting it out, and people are believing because he's afraid of Cardi. I don't think it's that he's afraid of Cardi, but I think if he leveraged the benefit between Tasha K and Cardi, he probably got more benefit with a Cardi than he do with Tasha. So that's probably why he's like, he's not going to do it. And then my question is, did he actually get word from Tasha to not do it, or did somebody else tell his? I'm sorry, not Tasha. Did he actually get word from Cardi to not do it or not drop it, or did he get word from somebody else saying don't drop it? But either way it go, this is Tasha's reaction to him not dropping this interview. I think this is the right one.
When Latino women are out here saying that he's breaking ribs and kicking babies out of their fucking stomachs, this is the type of girl that Joe Budden is, and I honestly regret sitting down with him and giving him that one interview that would shake social media so bad that it shook his face in that lace shirt with his belly sitting over his dick. That he did exactly what the BBL told him to do, because just like every other weak black man, they choose over bills. Now I want y'all to clip this. Yes, angry, black, bald head. That's That's what I want you to click. And I honestly regret getting him the interview that I should have gave that cracker Adam 22 when he had the intelligence to read my case, instead of me sitting down with a black man that is supposed to have my back when I'm supposed to have his back, when Latina women are out here saying that he's breaking ribs and kicking babies out of their fucking stomachs. Then you want the black woman to come sit in court and picket for your Don't play with me. Don't play with me. And you wonder why black people don't get ahead, because we can't fucking stick together. We want to try to mask it and blame crackers. That's why you chose a black woman. Shout out to Melissa Ford. But let me say something. I said this to her. You chose Melissa Ford for that platform because she would never stand up to your. You are the type that hates women with a fucking voice. So when they cry and say, oh, somebody did this to me, you feel sorry for the pussy until the rabbit got the gun on your, calling you a drug addict, calling you a woman beater. But you innocent. But you ain't take the time to read my cat. You ain't never picked up the motherfucking court documents. You just believe that. Cause she got a BBL and a pussy. The bitch that'll turn around and say you kicked the baby out of her stomach.
The one word that stood out to me was the word suppose. And that's where y'all fuck up. Because you think somebody's supposed to do something for you. And you think because you black, they supposed to stand beside you. They don't have to do shit but stay black and die, in all honesty. Okay? Now, this is what you said. You upset, right? You mad. I get it. I mean, I probably would feel away if I went down there, flew down there, took my time, sit with you, interview with you, and it ain't even gonna come out. But at the same time, I would respect their platform, considering the fact that I have one myself and know that I could do whatever it is I want to do with it. I'm sure countless of people have had interviews that have yet to even be released. People have shot scenes in movies that didn't even make the cut. Like, it's a part of the game. It is what it is. I would expect you, being a person in your field doing what you do, to know that better than anybody else in my personal. You know what I'm saying? So you say that you're not mad, or at least you were really upset then, right? But you just said that you wasn't mad.
I don't give a shit if Joe Budden dropped that interview or not. I don't give two motherfucking shits. Do you know how many interviews I've done that I have not dropped because I don't want to? I don't give a shit who he friends with. I don't give a shit what the fuck he does with his platform, because ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. But what I can say, okay, is that Joe is industry. I'm not. And that's what the debate was between both of us. Like, he has a compassion and a certain empathy based off relationships that he has and that he probably needs in order to keep his platform growing. We did all of this, what we're doing, without being industry. Joe doesn't do what I do. He relies very much on industry relationships to bring y'all premium content. I rely on severing relationships to bring y'all premium content. Two very opposite ends of the spectrum. Okay? I told Joe, and let me clear some stuff up. Joe didn't fly me out. I was already in New York doing press. I hit him. I said, yo, I'm in New York. I would love to stop by the podcast, and we would love to have you. There was no issues. We did an interview. He was very compassionate towards his industry colleague, okay? I stood my ground. He stood his. We got into a whole lot of other shit. But at the end of the day, there was a mutual respect. I got a chance to state what really happened. And contrary to what anybody says, I don't lose sleep over that woman at all. I have not missed work. I have not missed a beat with my family. I have not missed a beat with my kids. Nothing stops this train. Everything that I have, I got because of us. And that's on that. So whether he decides to drop it or not, I can care less. It's going to be more interviews that are going to be great. Some things are not meant to be out. You never know why. Maybe there's some underlying power that's just saying, Joe, don't drop it. Maybe it looks like it's for this, but it's really for this. Because there was a lot of shit in that interview where he himself was like, oh my God. Because there was a conversation that came up. Because my thing is like, there are men that claim they don't see the things that are being done by certain people on the internet, namely women who use a means of sympathy and they play the victim role a lot. But when the man becomes a victim of that same woman, now it's now that they want us to see that they are a victim of the same person we were a victim of. But that person could do no wrong. Read in between the lines. I don't need to say no names. But all I'm saying is what I told him. I said, do you remember there was a certain person that hit the internet about you and said that you kicked a baby out of her stomach and you broke her ribs? But no, not even you. Nobody saw past the big ass and the titties and the light skin. But the moment that beautiful, voluptuous woman starts to make allegations about you, now you see what we see. Do you see what I see? Because men only truly see pussy. If it ain't got nothing to do with them, and this I'm gonna end this on this. If it ain't got nothing to do with them, it could be female business. It could be, because this is female business between me and his colleague, right? This ain't got nothing to do with no men. But men are always going to so-called protect women. It don't matter what they do. It don't matter how many times they get out here and fight and be aggressive and make all sorts of allegations. If they say they're the victim, that's what it is until the rabbit has the gun on them.
I'm confused. Are they protecting the women or are they not protecting? Which one is it? Because I'm so confused. I'm lost, girl. But you started off saying you wasn't upset, then it sounded like you was getting pissed. I mean, girl, I just feel like pick a side. I ain't saying that you can't be mad about it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't be sitting up here talking about something. I don't care what he do. It don't matter to me. But you really are pressed high key. And if that's how you feel, okay, cool. Because, I'm thinking that I'm thinking this shit was scheduled. This was some last minute shit. So I feel like he made a last minute decision to not put it out. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm just, girl, I don't know. I can't go up for you. Like, some stuff I might be like, all right, I see what you're saying, Tasha. But then sometimes I be like, get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Like, some of y'all just, girl, no, ma'am, I can't get with it. Sorry, ma'am. But I wanted to get into this man here, Adam 22, who she ended up interviewing with. And you are one of the people that make me think of DJ Vlad. I don't listen to your shit for real to know. I just watched this piece of a clip that you dropped, and it was giving a bit of trolling. And y'all be killing me how y'all be trying to profit off of the culture. But then when it's time for y'all to speak and shit and do your part, y'all don't be nowhere. That's what I don't be understanding. Like, they be killing me, but we're going to see what he got to say. Because it's giving he's baiting Joe. It's weird.
Joe Budden had Tasha K come all the way out to Jersey and do a multiple-hour interview. She was happy about it when I seen her, and he's not dropping it. He's scared to death of Cardi B. He's scared to death of Offset. He don't want to have another run-in in the mall with the QC goons like he did. Remember, Everyday Struggle was actually really entertaining before QC told him that he wasn't allowed to talk about their artists anymore. And that's when you saw him really simmer down, brought the temperature down a whole lot. But, I mean, if you're Tasha K and you went all the way to Jersey to do an interview that when I talked to her, she was real happy about the interview, and he's not dropping it because he's scared of Cardi B. Like, what kind of shit is that? That's not why I got in the podcast game. I didn't get in the podcast game to be running around acting like a hoe. Hoe Budden, you acting like a hoe, and nobody respects it. Your fans are losing interest because you're not keeping it real. Now, more than ever, it's important. Independent. I got the podcast game on my back right now. Joe Budden Media. Because as you can see, even a podcast like the Joe Budden podcast, which for a time was a symbol of independent hip hop media, it has been co-opted by the deep state, Cardi B and Offset, the deep state. And, there's no coming back from that. For me, it's kind of disappointing, Not only is this guy like setting his hosts up against each other and trying to create all this internal drama, basically copying No Jumper, but now he's scared to drop like real legitimate interviews with powerful Black creators. Man, that's a sad situation. I don't even know what to say about it. The great have fallen and 22 is on the rise. So if you want some real content, you know where to go. YouTube.com/NoJumper. Go.
All right. So y'all just heard whatever this is this week or next week, whoever he is this week or next week. And it's the fact that you also try to throw the, well, you're ashamed of or afraid to have other Black creators. Like, you trying to use that Black card too. And you ain't even fucking Black. Like, that's what's killing me. And then you trying to say that Joe's taking tactics from you. Now, for me, I don't follow this man. I've always been familiar with Joe Budden. Joe Budden has always had an audience, and he's always done controversial shit, even when it came to arguing with his co-host. You know what I'm saying? So why would you say that he's trying to take a technique from you that's already been around? And people forget that Joe Budden has been doing YouTube and, putting his life on display and shit for years. So what the fuck is this man talking about? Like, it's giving trolling, it's giving baiting, and then it's you thinking that you're really at the top of a game of podcasting of some sort. Like, I don't know. Maybe he is, because like I said, I don't be tuned into his shit like that. I don't really be tuned into Joe like that, honestly, but I know more about a Joe Budden podcast than I know about a damn No Jumper. And it's just giving, like, I can't take the trolling. I can't. And then y'all saying this man is afraid. Like, he ain't got to put that shit out. Hell, he probably saved the interview for Mad Day, so when Cardi pissed his ass off, he might drop it then. Who knows? He could do whatever it is he wants to do on his platform, and that's what I don't understand. Why y'all get to move how y'all want to move on y'all platform, and then when it's his turn, y'all try to bait him into doing what the hell it is. Y'all try to bait this man like Kenneth when was trying to bait Offset. Like, I can't. And then some part of me is like, it's good he ain't put the shit out. Because then when you don't move how people want you to move, then they true colors really come out and they really show you how they feel about you. Okay? Because she definitely drugged the hell out of Joe when she went off. So that shit'll probably be deleted from my fucking archive. Like, I bet. Delete. Bye. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just didn't like that, how he's trying to clown Joe. But she's more upset about the Joe interview than praising the interview her ass did with you. But you didn't, though, right? You're that white one, right? Girl, I can't take it. Y'all are some weirdos. Girl, we want y'all to be just as loud, when it's time for y'all to be just as loud. But yeah, so that's really it. That's all that I got. I just wanted to come to you guys real quick with a little piece of something. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me see something. Oh, okay. I'm trying to see what you guys talking about in the comments. Girl, y'all shady as hell. Well, I just feel like he could do what he want to do with his own shit. If he don't want to put it out, he ain't got to put it out. And then Adam said that Joe flew Tasha out. So I'm like, well, which one is it? Because Tasha said that she just happened to be out there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Whatever it was recorded. And it ain't coming out right now. Maybe he meant it to come out later. Maybe at a later time. But, who knows? Either way, child. Get luck! All right. I just wanted to come to y'all real quick. Gave y'all a cute little 2 hours, a cute little 1, 2. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. All right. That's all that I have. I am Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.